Welcome back to the channel. So for today's episode, I need to take the big red girl, I need to take her into the dealer. So I'm going to be traveling out to Haneda. We're going to do the 1,000-kilometer oil change on it. I'm thinking after that what I'm going to do is I'll maybe just do a review of my first 1,000 kilometers. Things I've changed, some observations and so forth. So thanks for tuning into this episode. It's cold, 3 degrees. Got the balaclava all warmed up and I'm going to head out to Haneda. So I'll speak to you once I've got the bike back, I guess, and we'll take it from there as I walk through some of the changes and some of my observations. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll speak to you later on. It says it's 10 degrees on the motorbike, but boy, it feels a lot colder than yesterday. Yesterday I went west of Tokyo. It was warmer yesterday. It's definitely not 10.
I've been walking around, waiting for you to shine. My love, people passing me by. Doesn't feel like I belong. Trying to keep it alive on this hungry inside for a better confirmation. Yeah, I'm heading for the station and I can feel.
Domo ne. Domo. So I've just picked up the motorbike from my dealer Haneda. She's just had the 1,000 kilometer service, oil refreshed, a new filter and checks done, and I'm about to head home. So I just wanted to touch on a few points, my observations. Now I've been riding with the motorbike for just around about 1,200 kilometers. First thing is, like I've mentioned already a few times on the channel, it feels like a much smaller motorbike, much easier to maneuver and handle for me, so that's a real plus point for me. As well, some of the things that I've changed so far, so I have gone and added for the radiator guards, so that's been added as well, and just as part of a protection for me for some of the off-roading I do, which is quite important for me, just to make sure that the radiators are protected. And you would have seen as also as well that that I've added the headlight guard as well, the protector, so that's been added from WRS. Which I've already mentioned in the previous video. I've done that just out of caution, because on the 1250 GSA, when I was on the motorway a couple times already, stones have been flicking up and being projected off the back of trucks. So I just wanted to make sure. One actually shot past me a stone, which scared the daylights out of me, and one flung up and hit right on my right boot while I was on the shin tore me out of the back of a truck. And Japan roads are typically very well maintained, very clean, but you see how easy it is. That in two instances that stones have been propelled from the back of a truck, so that shocked the hell out of me. So I just wanted to make sure that that rather have a guard or protector being hit than my headlight. Nice to be on the motorway again, carefree. Not having to worry about RPMs and stuff like that. So she's broken in now, and most important, gear shift assist pro back as well. I just love gear shift assist pro. So one of the other things I've added as well is from Wunderlich is a side kickstand, just for me as when I'm off-roading and in the dirt, just making sure that the motorbike doesn't keel over when it's in softer sand. It's not really much of a wide stand addition that I've added from Wunderlich, but just enough for me, I feel, out of experience on my previous motorbike, that it suffice. So happy I've added that as well. I've added on the converter from the Hella connector to USB, and I need that to be able to charge my phone via the quad lock adapter, which is the wireless adapter. Yeah, I've already mentioned in the previous video the fixture that I think that will sit on the back rack to be able to remount my my back top case. I don't have that yet, so I'm looking forward to Touratech in Germany, that they manufacture that and get that taken care of, because I really miss my top back case to be able to put a lot of gear in there. So yeah, hopefully that'll be released in a not too distant future, so I can add that back on. And then obviously the side racks, because you know I've got the Moscow Moto bags, so I've been in touch with Moscow Moto, and they've informed me that they typically work with a company which is Outback Trek, am I mispronouncing it? So they're waiting for them to come up with the design for the fixtures and to be available for the 13 GSA Adventure. And I really need those side bags to be able to mount them as well. You know, you've got those big black plastic fixtures on the side, which I always had mounted on the 1250 GSA. So hopefully, you know, they'll be able to start selling those, and then I'll buy those, which will wrap around the back of the motorbike. So I'm going to be adding that as well. The seats, I'm pleasantly surprised with the stock seats. I've sat on these now for probably 7-8 hours a day, and nothing that is of a concern for me whatsoever. The design of the seat is completely different fabrication than they would have used on the 1250. So it's quite comfortable for me, and it suits me perfectly fine. So I don't think I'm going to have to venture off into the Wunderlich seats to add those. I don't really feel at this moment there's a need for that. So that's great news. I'm happy to hear that. I still have the Wunderlich seats from the 1250 GSA. I've got them at home. Happy that I've got those for the future. I don't know what's going to be happening, what I'm going to do, because I am working on some other stuff as well. Doing a little bit of a tour of Tokyo. Made one little wrong turn and I got completely punished. I ended up in Shinjuku. Anyone who knows me here locally in Japan, it's the opposite side of town for me. Absolutely zero regrets on the purchase of this GSA, the 1300, because there's the tight corners you can make with it. Gear shift sister pro. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love this. Shinjuku. The NTT, I think that's the NTT building. Yep. I'm getting quite familiar with the Shutoku Expressway within Tokyo, the circular ring, the C1s and the C2s. So whenever I do make a mistake, I typically know how to get out of it. What you do here is you turn right to Kasumi Gazeki, because if you turn left towards where I live, is which typically the Ueno location, you can't get there. So you head a little bit to Kasumigazeki, and it takes you just in the direction of Roppongi, and then you're able to loop around and get past through Ginza and get to go home. That's what I've learned as well on these as well. So I will head to Kasumigazeki. My Navi is going to tell me to go to Kandabashi. Nah, I'm not going there, mate, because it'll kick me off at Kanda, and then I've got to go all the way through the traffic to Ueno. Amazing. This city is so large and so vast. Don't take the exit. Stay on. And then you pop out, and then you come out close to Roppongi. And on the left-hand side here, we'll start seeing the A&A Hotel. See, go straight ahead, you go to Shibuya. And I'm going to take a left here, direction Ueno. There you go. It says Ueno. There's the A&A Intercontinental. We go left here. Ark Hills. It's a little trick you do, and you can get to the exit ramp of Ueno. Otherwise, you can't get there. It kicks you off at Kanda. Overall, about the motorbike so far, the 1,000 kilometres, the break-in that I've done. I've alluded to this as well in previous videos. Whenever I'm in situations like this where I had to bridge a certain length on the motorway or on expressway, continuously changing the gears up and down, braking, simulating that I'm on a B road and doing a lot of gear changes and making sure, twisting the throttle up and down, staying below. I was advised to stay below the 5,000 RPM. I've not breached that. I've been quite good in that. So from that perspective, all good. I have seen a change in sound, in sensation in the motorbike. Obviously, as it's breaking in. Obviously, from the first couple hundred kilometres to now, the engine seems somewhat calmer, a little bit quieter. It was very sewing machine-like in the very first 100 kilometres. That's completely changed that sensation as well. So really happy how that's coming along. As well, I was, a little bit concerned when I got the motorbike that you have these sidebars from the crash bars at the bottom here. You have them located. They're very outward. I've checked. They're almost flush with the bars, but just as I'm navigating through traffic, at times I've been through quite a vast amount of traffic jams at times. No issues, no concerns, does not hinder me, does not stop me from doing lane splitting at all. I've been through very narrow spots as well. Last week when I was up in Chichibu, there was a car that was coming up quite fast up a hill. He slammed on the brakes. It wasn't really necessary. If he would have just kept on carrying on the way he was, the two of us could have passed each other quite easily. And he only left me like a small amount of space. I could squeeze through that, no issues. Put one foot down, put the left foot down and squeeze through. No issues, no problems whatsoever. So they do not hinder me. They do not stop me from doing anything that I was doing on the 1250 at all. I don't even notice them at times, quite frankly. So no concerns there, no issues whatsoever. So overall, it's been a magnificent experience for me, the first 1,200 kilometres on this motorbike. I almost feel as well that it's going to be easier at lower speeds, maybe off-roading, because it feels more compactor to manoeuvre the motorbike. So really happy about that. So I just made a mistake probably about 2 kilometers down the road there, and what it did is it basically sent me all the way under the city, and I popped out in Shinjuku, had to do a U-turn and come back. In under 20 minutes I've just gone all the way through the city twice. Amazing. Once you know this, it's so efficient. Passing through Ginza, and that'll take me home. Nice little trip again today. Always gets a little bit congested here. I'm happy I've got the motorbike now. It's been serviced. It's had its 1,000-kilometer service, which is just the oil change, the filter change, checking if there's any like aluminium particles or whatsoever. No concerns, no issues, haven't heard anything. And now I can start using Gear Shift Assist Pro. I don't need to worry about lengthy parts on the motorway. Stick the cruise control on, and boom, off I go. I can start making my longer trips. So overall, very, very happy. So I hope that any of you out there find this some useful information. That's my experience now with doing around about I've done 1233 so far total kilometers. And thanks for tuning into this video, and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks guys, bye bye.